Well, hello everybody. Welcome again. This is Denise Guru. Welcome to my Ascension Mentoring channel. And I wasn't going to do a video this soon, but with all the breaking news as far as what's going on in the world, I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing the other side of the story. And I have a few questions about the other side of the story, even though I've known it since 2016. A lot of the spiritual truthers have been talking about, you know, the taking down of the cabal, the elites, whatever it is you want to call them. And, but how are they going to go about and do this? And how, because pretty much the cabal was holding humanity hostage. They were threatening to start taking us all out. So they had to find a way of doing this where we were all out of the way. And of course, just, doing martial law, especially in the United States, especially us, like up here in the mountains and, the states where most people carry guns, there was just no way that martial law was going to be accepted by the people of the United States. So with the virus, there's many stories about how this virus came to be. And for me, I don't care how it happened. It happened. And I think it is just that the timing is right. The stars and the astrology, the 26,000 year period, we're all at that, the age of Aquarius. We're, here it is March, Aquarius, we're all entering. So it's like the timing has been right, and so everything, all the cards have just kind of fallen into place. And so I don't care how it happened, it's happening. And the white hats, they're opportunists as well as Gaia. And so everybody took advantage of this outbreak. And I'm really thinking that, they are blowing it out of proportion and telling us to stay home and to keep us out of the way. We'll see, how many, look at Italy. I mean, where the Vatican is. I mean, it's very interesting that they're just having a really hard time, and they're saying, we've done everything. We've followed all the protocol. We've done everything. We've closed right away, but still we're dealing with this terrible outbreak. And, I think it just because that's where the Vatican is, and I think they really, really need to clear these streets. Don't you agree? They need to really get the citizens out of the way so they can go in and do what they need to do, because we know that, the Vatican is just, major elites, Luciferian worshipers, whatever you want to call them. I mean, we have many names. But so a lot of us, are starting to come out and report this. And Benjamin Fulford is saying, a lot of the pandemic is fake. Simon Parks just came out, with his version, which is backing up a lot of what other people are saying. Brad Johnson with Adronis, he's saying the same thing. Cameron Day, the one who was telling us about the false light demiurge, he's coming out and saying the same thing. And these are just a few people that, I sort of follow, that they're all converging and saying, finally, opportunists. This virus started, and the white hat said, hey, we're going to take advantage of this. We're going to, make it a lot worse than it is and make people stay at home so we can start clearing and doing the mass arrests. And so those of you who follow me, you know that I'm not all just the 3D aspect of this. And I like to talk with Gaia herself about what's going on. And like I said, everybody's taking what's going on as a moment of opportunity to really grow and learn from this. So it's going to be really interesting, don't you think? I don't know how long we're going to be in quarantine. You know, I'm not afraid. I go in the stores and get what I need. I do have a stock. I already had a stock up because I've known since 2016 that this was going to happen. So I've had a little bit of a stock just in case. And so I had to replenish some of my stock because some of it I had to throw away because it expired. And so we've been saying for, you know, since 2016 I've known this. But they've been doing this, they figure, since the time of JFK, you know, with all the QAnon stuff going out and really waking up people that probably would have never woke up to what is really going on in the world. And so all this QAnon stuff started, so it's just really interesting to see what's going to happen with everybody locked in, and maybe there will be some food shortages, and we already have toilet paper shortages, and it's really interesting because people are starting to barter now and trade. And you know, my daughter's down in Fort Collins, Colorado, and toilet paper gone right away, and you know, she works for Larimer County, she works for the county, so she's usually the first one to know what's going on. But you know, after work she goes to buy some groceries, and there's nothing. Everything's cleared. The shelves are cleared. So she said, well, I'm going to go to the little dollar store that's not far from my house. She normally doesn't shop at the dollar store, but she thought, I'll go there. Cleared out. One aisle had some canned goods left in it, and there was a family in there blocking the aisle so nobody else could come down the aisle, and they were just filling their carts with the canned goods. And so it's really interesting. There's going to be two sides of the people. Those who be shut away. It's all about me. You get away. Don't come near my door. You're contaminated. You know, the zombie apocalypse stuff. And then there's the other side of it. The people like me are like, hey, we're pretty excited about this time. We're not in a state of fear. Let it come. We're ready. This is what we've been preparing for. This is what we're ready for. And my daughter is so funny. She's like, Mom, you might have to send me some toilet paper. And I don't have to send her any, but she's got a really cool neighborhood because she lives outside of Fort Collins in a small, really cool neighborhood. And that neighborhood is pretty tight. And she was able to trade. She makes elderberry syrup. So she was able to trade some of her elderberry syrup, her precious elderberries. She's got two very small children. She's got a five-month-old daughter who was born premature. And so she traded some of her precious elderberry syrup for 4 rolls of toilet paper. So, you know, that's the other side. And you know, I see this, a lot of the stars, you know, the musicians, and they're doing a lot of free concerts on YouTube, so people that are at home, you know, can listen to their free concerts. So the other side of the story is people are starting to come together. Now, how long this will last, it remains to see, but I think it is a kickstart. I think it is a kickstart of the things that are coming, because we are in that time. You know, we know that astrologically this is supposed to happen, and so I just thought it would be really cool, because a lot of us are saying that we're in a time of there's no karma. Karma's all done now. We're done with the karma. We're done with the dark. We've experienced the duality, the separation to the nth degree. There's just no more experiences we could go through to experience this separation and duality, this dark age that we've been in. And so with a lot of us saying it's done and it's over with. So I thought it'd be really interesting, you know, because me, I decided to flip out my oracle cards out. And my oracle cards are actually how I speak with Gaia and, you know, my higher self, and of course some of my guides. So I thought I would wake up my oracle cards and see what my oracle cards would say about the karma. So, is this the phase that we are going through? Is karma no more? Is the Dark Ages no more? And so I ask you to give us some information as far as the karma. All right. I'm not finding the right card yet. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, that one. You saw that one flip out. Oops. I got two. Okay, I got two. So apparently they wanted me to pull two cards. Ooh, I got goosebumps, guys. Completion, full moon. I mean, come on. We cannot come up with a better card than that. And I mean, so completion, full moon, what do we see here? I mean, the card is telling us, yes, you guys are done. You've completed this mission. You've made it. I mean, you have gone through the Dark Ages. That's over with. Karma is done. Karma is over with. So I really don't need to elaborate on this card. And so this was the second card that popped out. How about that? So what it's saying is the transition has been is effortless. So we're in that transition now. The karma is over. So what happens when all the karma is over? What happens when the dark is done, the dark is dead? Like Brad Johnson said, we can nail the coffin shut on the dark. We can nail the coffin shut on the cabal. And, you know, what do you do next? I mean, what happens after that? How is this transition going to be? It's going to be effortless. And so when we see the waterfall, you know, we see it coming over. We've taken that plunge, people. We've come to the edge. Yeah, okay. We've come to the edge. And we've seen and we looked and we were like, oh my gosh, should we take this plunge? Look at that. It's like, it's so scary. I don't know if I can do it. But we've done it. And so we've jumped over the edge. We've fallen. And what happens is the waterfall, what does the waterfall do? It goes over the edge and it continues. It continues on through the river. So there's this constant flow. And the word effortless means that the flow would be, it's like we're just hanging out. Get your inner tubes, guys. We're in for such a fun ride now. This transition now, if we stay out of the state of fear, the transition is going to be effortless. And then where does the water eventually go to? The water eventually goes to the main body, the ocean. It always, no matter all the twists and the turns and the rapid and the slow and the pooling, it always ends up back to the ocean, doesn't it? So completion, we've completed. I mean, that is so cool, guys. Okay, so you know me, I'm a vegan, and there's this huge transition that's going on right now. You know, okay, we're stepping in to this new realm. The astrologies, the astrological makeup is saying, okay, this is the time. Okay, so when you think about it, if this is affecting us personally, shouldn't it affect every other being that's involved? We're saying it's affecting other galaxies. They're watching us because what happens with us is going to ripple. You know, throwing that little stone in the beautiful pond and just watch how it ripples out and affects everything around it. And so this, you know, people who think, these self-righteous people who think this is all just for us, just for the humans, they are so wrong. They're so off. And so, of course, you know, Gaia is saying, you know, this is for every being, and including her, and the multiverse. And so I still want to know, okay, the suffering of the animals. You know, we're already seeing this huge change, and I'm thinking with the dark side gone and the programming from the cabal and the reptilians and how they eat, you know, they're nothing but bloodsuckers. and how they've programmed us against what we truly were from the beginning. And I'm not talking about the monkeys. You know, I'm not talking about them taking the monkey and adding their DNA so they can make the slaves. I'm talking about the original being, the original star being that came to Gaia. You know, we want to talk about the Lemurians and the Atlanteans and, you know, those beings, and how, you know, they were here first, and how they didn't, you know, they did not go against the karmic law or the universal law of killing another. And you know, if I had a dollar for every person that said, well, plants have feelings too, I mean, I could buy myself a brand new car. And all of you vegans, you can probably do the same thing, right? And it's just their mindset. It's still their programmed. It's that old paradigm that they're still not able to get away. And, you know, plants, oh, we know, we've done the research. Heart Math Institute has done this research about plants having, of course, but I have plants in my house and I don't eat those, folks. I'm sorry. Yes, we eat lettuce. What happens in the fall? If you left the lettuce to grow, what does it do? It just dies, doesn't it? Fruit and nuts and berries. We don't kill the plants. We don't kill the trees. We eat the nuts and the berries and the fruits that the plant so freely gives. And if we don't eat that and it falls to the ground, it just rots away. And so, you know, I'm tired of that. That's the old paradigm, so shut up about that. So anyways, I thought, well, let's get a card from Gaia and see what information is still out there. Oh, I should have picked that card. What information is still out there as far as this thing that people think, oh no, we're still gonna eat animals, we're still gonna kill, we're still gonna cause suffering, we're still gonna keep the vibration of this planet low by killing 9 billion animals a year against their will. Let's see what Gaia has to say about that. Okay. Aha. Crystals, focus, magic. Okay, so this is a perfect card from her, from Gaia herself. And so what do we have? We have the crystals, and we have, you can see the little sparkly magic there. And so this is a cave of amethyst crystals. Okay, so when we think about amethyst crystals, and look, we have this beautiful, beautiful scene outside of the crystal, and I mean, it's calm and it's beautiful and it's serene. And so amethyst crystals, when you think of an amethyst crystal, what is that all about? It's all about healing and crystal spirituality. So healing of spirituality. So what's going on now is, because the dark is done, people are going to heal. Their spirituality is going to heighten, like the rest of us who have done our work, and heighten our spirituality to the point where we are no longer a vibrational match to killing and causing suffering of any other being on this planet. So she's saying this is going to happen. There's going to be this mass, she's saying this mass spiritual awakening and healing. So when the people are able to get rid of, it's like casein that's in cheese. We know that it's the casein, the hormone in the cheese, that causes the person to be addicted to the cheese. And that was Mother Nature's way of making sure the baby cow and the baby horse and the baby pig and the baby dog and kitty, it was nature's way of making sure the babies kept going back to nurse from mom, so they would grow up strong and big. Not for us. So what's happening is, these people who think they need it, they are addicted. And so when they go off of it, like me, when I went off cheese a long time ago, that addiction went away. I don't care. I don't crave it. I mean, I see it for what it really is. So this is what's going to happen to humanity. They're going to heal. And their spirituality is going to heighten. They're going to expand. Their heart is truly going to open. And so they will no longer be a vibrational match, a frequency match to the slaughter and the farm factory raising and the killing of other beings. And so they'll wake up and go, oh, they'll feel terrible because they were so resistant for so long. And they'll go through a period of depression and anger and, just mad at themselves for just not seeing it and being part of it. And, I went through that a long time too. When I became vegetarian and then vegan, I was very angry with myself because I would look back and go, God, I just supported this and the things I did, how could I do that? I mean, what was wrong with me? And today I still carry some of that, but all of that now will be healed. And so you saw it, guys, picked it right here. And so, everything that's going on today, it includes the whole. It is not just for humanity. It's for everything that comes together to make the whole. It includes Gaia herself. And people will wake up to the fact they're saying that we are all one, but they're really not believing it. They haven't integrated it. They're not acting like it. And so this will change. They will see the light. It will become a big change. So it's not just that, Nasara. Oh, Nasara, why did I say that? Hey, let's pull a card on Nasara. Nasara, however they pronounce it. So a lot of people are saying, well, that's going to happen. We're going to have a reset. And so wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to? There's the card. If we didn't have to work so hard. I mean, people work so hard. They don't have time for their spirituality. Us spiritual people who are out there spreading the message are the pillar of the energy, holding that energy so things can start happening. A lot of us, we don't make any money at this, do we? I sure don't. I mean, here I am on my camera again because my computer's still not working and I don't have the money to fix it. And I'm not asking for donations. I feel like it's all coming. And so that was my thought when Nasara popped in my head. Financially and abundantly, let's say abundantly, what's going to happen? Ooh, all right. Stillness, the lake. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. And so what that means, what I'm getting, what they're saying is things will start to calm. That craziness, that, what do we call, rat race, that you're not worth anything unless you work 80 hours a week, 7 days a week, 24/7, constant, chatter, craziness. It's all going to come to a stillness now. And look around the lake. What do you see? We see what look like willow trees, and we see the abundance. Do you see how the lake is causing so much growth and beauty and abundance around its water? It's not just a dead water hole. It's not a dried up water hole in the desert. And yes, the deserts are going to reform. They will no longer be deserts. They'll be abundant and green once again. But look at this, guys. So through the stillness, the calmness, and the abundance of what's there, everything around will thrive. The trees will thrive. So yes, we are going to thrive. That craziness, and it's going to be hard for a lot of us because that's, what is that triple A personality, isn't it? ADD or a personality. My husband's like that. He works in his sleep. He never stops working. He thinks his worth is on how many hours he puts in. His worth is on by going to the house that he's building right now, going there at 3 o'clock in the morning and working until, 6 o'clock at night. That will all fall away. That old programming will all fall away. And we'll all be able to calm, and we'll all be able to center, and we'll all be able to have abundance in that stillness of just being. And then we'll go, I would really like to just do this. And then you can sign up to do that. I'm a healer. I like to heal. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. You're alternative musicians and artists and writers. I'm a writer too. I make $0 off of my writing. I put more money into publishing my books than when I get back, but it's what I love to do. So we have all of these artists that are not controlled by the cabal, the agenda, the elites, who are starving, but they're doing beautiful works. And so we'll be able to do that, but we'll be able to thrive, and we'll have everything that we need from that. So I think that's all I wanted to say today. So really, we have to stop being so afraid. This is what we've been waiting for, guys. It's all there, and I guess I feel safe enough to actually put this video out and maybe jump on that bandwagon, even though we've heard about it for how many years. And a lot of people thinking QAnon is a psyops, and all these these changes is a psyop, and that was all part of just keeping us frustrated and keeping our energy low, keeping us anchored into that 3D. So I think if we change our energy, we can really manifest this. And how long it will take to come into all this completion and the stillness and the effortlessness, I'm not really sure how long it will take. My cards, I really can't pick a card and say, well, it'll be a year from now, So I think all we need to do is just enjoy what's coming and keep positive and really start to live that life now, and know that it's our time now, guys. So that's all I have to say. Exciting times. I'm just so excited. I mean, my heart is just bursting. And oh God, you guys, I'm such a baby. But it's my heart center that's just bursting. And every morning I go out and I just thank Gaia, and I thank the sun and all the elementals, and so many people talk about it, and it is cool. We're all feeling it. So anyways, you guys, great times. All right, I'm going to turn off my camera now. We'll talk to you soon.